To process the files from your Dwarf Mini in an external app, in this case Siril, we first need to download the relevant files to our PC, and to do this we connect the Dwarf Mini via a USB cable to the PC and power on the Dwarf Mini. Once it's powered on, a little pop-up window should appear. This is it on my PC, and the folder that we're interested in is the astronomy folder. So I'm going to open that. We can see in this window all of the sessions that are currently stored on my Dwarf Mini. The one that we're interested in is this one up at the top, this most recent one, which is it is a 4-panel mosaic that I shot last night of the Sol Nebula near Cassiopeia. So what we're going to do is we're going to open this folder, and we can see a number of subfolders here, and we can see a little JSON file as well, which we will need to reference in a moment. To work with these files in Siril, we will be basically copying the files across from each one of these individual subfolders on the Dwarf Mini, and we will be putting them all into a single lights folder. So to prepare things, I've already created a window over here on the other side, and I'm going to create a folder called lights, and I'm going to create a folder called darks. There are potentially some other bias files that could be used, but when I was originally looking to do processing outside the Dwarf Mini, the advice that I got was to initially just go with the darks, and that's what I've been doing thus far, and the results have been fine. So I'm going to open the lights folder, so I'm ready to actually copy the files across, and I'm going to start with this first panel folder. You can see in here at the top we've got the failed files. If you wanted to, you could actually use the Dwarf Labs app, and you can actually go through all of these files and see if there are more of the files that you want to actually get rid of if you're perhaps not happy with like the quality of some of the images. I'm going to actually go with what the Dwarf Mini has actually suggested as being the viable files for this. So for this first one, I'm just highlighting all of these. I'm copying them across to the lights panel, and there they go. Then I'm going to go back up. Second panel, again, I'm just copying the panels that it says are okay. Copy across there again. Panel 3. Okay, and finally panel number 4. Okay, I'm going to go back up to the directory above, and I'm going to open this JSON file in Notepad. And what I'm interested in here is you can see the JSON file actually tells us, like sort of the exposure that was used for these images. It's exposure of 60 seconds. format as fits file. The gain was at 110. We used the duoband filter, and it's these next two that I'm actually looking for. So you can see the minimum temperature and the maximum temperature between 14 and 22 degrees. So there's quite a big drop off in the temperature, while I was actually taking these images. So what we basically need is to do now is we're going to go up a directory. We're going to go down to this Cali frame folder, which is where the calibration frames on the Dwarf Mini are stored. We're going to open that, and we're going to go into the darks, and we're going to go to Cam 0. Cam 0 is the telephoto lens. Cam _1 would be the wide angle lens, I believe, but Cam 0 is the telephoto. And in here we have a library of calibration files that the Dwarf Mini has accrued over the sessions that I've been taking. So what we want is we want calibration files with an exposure time of 60 seconds and a gain of 110. So starting here, and what we are looking for is to go from 14 degrees all the way up to 22 degrees. You see the lowest one here I've got is 15 degrees, so we'll grab that and we will go down to the 22 degrees. I'm going to highlight all those. I'm going to open the docs folder. I'm going to copy those across. So as you can see here, it's saying this is the exposure, this is the gain, and this is the temperature. And you basically want all of the files that cover the correct exposure time and gain and the temperature range during which you've actually sort of captured your images. Sometimes it may only be a couple of dark files, sometimes it's more, as in this case. So with that done, we now have all of our lights in one folder, and we have our darks in a folder, and we are ready to begin processing the files in Siril.